Hello, my name is David Kalin. I'm a health and physical education major at Kane University. My professional internship this semester is being completed at Tuckerton Elementary School in Tuckerton, New Jersey. My cooperating teacher is Mr. Thomas Smith. My university supervisor is Mr. Alan Zayed. The purpose of this lesson I'm prepared to teach is to inform students about how to handle an emergency situation and how to react during a fire emergency. Instructional objectives for this lesson are: students will develop basic skill theme and movement concepts. Students will demonstrate sportsmanship and enjoyment for classmates while learning about fire safety. These instructional objectives are planned to meet the New Jersey Core Curriculum Content Standards 2.1, 2.2, 2.5, and 2.6. I will assess the attainment of these objectives through observation and question and answer.
Is that your last name, Nicole?
Yes.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Have it in our book today.
Now, have it in the folder.
Yes. We'll put that down on the horizon once everyone's ready.
I'm not sure if she has a card yet.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. What I would like everyone to do is, once you're quiet, I'm going to explain. We're going to walk quietly. If you have anything that needs to go on the riser, you can do on the riser. Then you're going to sit down on the riser, okay? You're going to walk down. Sit right in front of the balance beam on the bottom step, okay? So then we'll spot that on there. Walk out on the floor. Good job. Nathan?
Here.
Jack?
Here comes Emma. Hi.
Emma, come on down, have a seat, and join us. Just be quiet, okay? We're taking attendance now. And then Nicole, our new student. Welcome to the class. My name is Mr. Kalin, and Mr. Smith is over there.
Whoa, it's loud.
All right. We are working. One question. What's it?
This right there looks like.
All right. I'm going to explain everything. If you just hold your questions, we'll talk about it later. I want everyone to get started and have fun. We're working on fire safety this week. Did everyone get to see the fire truck?
I saw my neighbor Jack.
All right. Hey. Now, sit on the riser. Sit down on the bottom step. Okay. This is our fire safety obstacle course. This is for little firemen and firewomen. Does anyone here have a firefighter in their family? Just a show of hands. Just a show of hands. Okay.
Mine is fine.
All right, very good, very good. Well, some of the stuff we're going to work on today is going to be skills that firefighters would use. So, we're going to work on this obstacle course. Does anyone know what to do if you think there's a fire in your house? What's the first thing you should do?
Get down on your hands and feet and crawl out.
For us, that's the second thing. There's one thing I want you to do right before that.
Call 911.
Well, I would like, let's try one more answer and see. The very first thing I want you to do, if you think there's a fire, scream. What do you scream?
Help.
Help. What else? It's a simple word. If you think there's a fire, what do you scream? Fire. Excellent. So you'll scream fire. Just in case, say your mother or father, whoever is home with you, is sleeping, you want to wake them up. You want to let them know. You want everybody in the area to know that there's a fire. So you scream fire. Then we already said the second thing you do is you get low and you crawl. You crawl because we're avoiding smoke. You don't want to breathe in that smoke.
No.
So we crawl to the door and we put our hand on the door, and if it feels hot, we don't open that door. We don't go out. So we have to find another way out. We find another way out. And usually most rooms have a bed, and most bedrooms have a window. So that's how we get out of the room. I'm going to answer questions in just a second. So with that in mind, we're going to learn some things that firefighters and firemen and firewomen would do. I'm going to ask for one assistant to help me. Listen, everyone's going to have to listen carefully so you know the instructions. The very first obstacle that we will work on is the rock wall. We're going to climb the rock wall, but before we climb the rock wall, we see this red line? Your feet cannot go above this red line, okay? Everyone understand that? So go ahead and show them just a little bit of how you would climb the rock wall. Oh, that's okay. If you fall down, climb back up. Start right where you fell off. Just be careful not to go up too high. That's perfect. Now, once she gets to this point, you see the dividing line on the wall? The next person in line can start, but you cannot start until she's past that line. Okay, you can hop down now. We're going to move on to the next obstacle. So imagine that she got tired of that or she finished. Then you come here. This is where we stop, drop, and roll. Why would we stop, drop, and roll?
Because it dropped fire and put something out.
Yeah, if your clothing's on fire, you stop, drop, and roll because it smothers the flames and it puts out the fire. So you're going to show everybody how to stop, drop, go ahead, drop down, and you know how to do a log roll? You're going to lay this way, long ways, on the mats. There you go. And you roll. Roll, roll. If you're next in line, you wait until she's about halfway across the mat before you start. This way we don't bump into each other. All right, and now we get to the tunnel. The tunnel is supposed to simulate us crawling. So we get low and we crawl through the tunnel. Come on through. And we do this to avoid the smoke. Now we get to our low bridges. In our low bridges, if we're driving a fire truck, we have to make sure that we can fit under the bridge. So we get low. We don't want to bump the bridge. If you accidentally bump one of the bridges and knock it off, just stop, pick it back up, and continue to move. These are our hoops of fire. We're going to jump on 2 feet through the hoops of fire. If you get tired, stop, and then you continue. You want to show a couple? Excellent job. Okay, you can skip the rest for now, because we're going to get to the next obstacle. And this, we're on the rooftops, and you have to balance across the rooftops of the building. Put your arms out to help you balance. You see that? Very good. Balance, balance. If you fall off the rooftops, don't worry, it's not that high of a fall. Just step back on and go further. And then the final rooftop, this is the big building. We're going to climb across. Good job. Now there's one last obstacle. Right now it's closed, so if you see the cone here, this means the station's closed. If the cone is here, that means it's open and you can line up at the beginning of this mat. Only one person can be on any of the mats at a time. So you're going to climb up, you're going to step up to this mat, and you can lay down and roll over.
Oh, God.
That looks like a lot of fun, right? All right. Everybody sit back up on the riser. We're almost ready to begin. Just for 1 second, because we're almost ready to begin. One more question, real quick. Yeah, that's actually the order gymnastics. That's what it's made for. All right, everybody listen. Up. I need you to pay attention. Sit up. Because I'm going to send you to stations. You want to know where you're supposed to go, right? Because we want to start having fun, right? Yeah. All right. I need everyone just to be quiet just for a couple more seconds. When you hear the music start, that means you may begin. When the music stops, that means freeze and listen for instructions, okay? And remember, one person on any mat at a time. So you must wait until he's off the last mat before you can start. Okay? What I'd like you to do is line up just in front of those hoops. No. I'm going to send each person, so everyone sit back down. So right in the hoop of fire, you start right here at the balance beam. I'd like you to start right at the rock wall. But don't start until you hear the music, okay? You just wait there for now. We're going to go to the log roll, the stop, drop, and roll. You start right at the low bridges. And you start at the hoops. Now you're the fire hoops. You're the second person in line. Okay. Now everybody knows what we're doing, right? Does everybody know what they're doing? Remember, don't start until the person in front of you has okay? The rock wall, you don't start until he passes that part of the wall. You don't start until the first person's halfway across this mat. Wait until there are a few hoops into the loops before you start over there. And begin. Good job. Be very careful across the line. Now you can start. Go ahead. Excellent. If you get here and there's a long line and you don't want to wait in line this time, you want to come back later, you can go right over the stop, drop, and roll. Good recovery. Next seat. But I need everybody quiet for this so everyone can hear, okay? Once everybody's silent, I will explain. I need you on the bottom step, Riley. Just leave it alone for now, okay? Or else the class cannot go on. We are going to play a game. It's called Fetch a Pail of Water. And how this game works is the class will be divided in half. One team will sit on this green line, going straight out. The other team will sit on the other green line. And the first person in line is going to have a pile of balls. They're going to take the ball, hand it to the next person in line, hand it to the next person in line, hand it to the next person in line. When it gets all the way to the last person in line, they're going to put it in the bucket. Then, when the bucket is full and all the balls are all to the last person, you're going to take the bucket and send it back. Be careful though, because there's going to be a lot of balls and you don't want it to spill out of the bucket. If they spill out of the bucket, you have to send the bucket all the way back and you have to send the ball back. Does everyone understand that?
Yes.
So when the bucket makes it all the way back with all the balls in it and no spilling, because we need this water to put out a fire, so there can be no spilling, then that team will win. Okay? So I want you to sit on the first green line, on the second green line, on the first green line here, close enough that she can hand you a ball, okay? Responsible for filling the bucket. You are responsible for filling this bucket, okay? Now the first person in line is going to be responsible for handing one ball at a time. Oh, I need you to pay attention here, okay? Ball at a time. Once you pass the ball, then you can pass the next one. Do not drop the ball. If you drop the ball, it's going to go back to the beginning of the line. So everyone pay attention to the person in front of you, but then also pay attention when you're handing off the ball. This is working at team. This is teamwork. We have to work together to get that bucket of water back down here so we can put out the fire. Does everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
When you hear the music, you can pass that first ball. Ready, set, go! One ball at a time. So you can't pass the person in front of you a ball or behind you a ball if they still have the ball in their hand. Also, I did say, sit up, I did say that if you drop a ball, it has to go back to the beginning. This team spilled a lot of water. By the time this bucket would have got back, it wouldn't have been really full. You cannot drop the ball. You have to work as a team, one ball at a time. You can't have, no one can be holding two balls at a time. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So one ball at a time. How about this group turn around and face this group so you guys can see each other?
Hi.
But remember, your focus should be on the ball, and the person in front of you and the person behind you. Make sure that no one is holding more than one ball at a time. Everybody understand?
Yes.
Then we will get started again. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Set.
Yes, sir.
Go!
Look,
Up, and roll it back. Roll it back. Still roll it back. Only one ball at a time. One ball at a time.
They dropped the ball. Yeah, they guys have to bring it back. They dropped
Relax.
the ball.
It's going to end in a tie because this team spilled a little, this team spilled a little. We did work very good as a team. So, yeah, we spilled a lot. Sometimes that happens. But as a team, you guys picked it up and you brought it back together. And everything seemed to work out. So we probably would have been able to put out those fires if we did get our bucket to work. I would like everyone to move back to that bottom step and have a seat. Place the balls in the gray corner. Only the person that has the bucket. Go ahead. Then place the bucket right next to the crate. Everyone else line up on that bottom step. Quickly, I'd like to talk about some stuff we went over today. On the bottom step for me, honey. I'd like to discuss some of the stuff we went over today. Once everyone's paying attention, sitting on the bottom step. What is the first thing you do if you think there is a fire in your house?
Yell fire.
Yell fire, fire. So everyone wakes up. What's the next thing we will do if there's a fire in our house? I need you guys to sit up, okay?
Call 911.
Well, before that, you want to get out of your house before you can call 911. How do we get out of our house? What do?
You crawl to the door.
We crawl to the door.
If it's hot, you can
Then-
touch it.
You break the window, and then you run out to your mailbox.
Before we do that, we touch that door, right? If it feels hot, what are we going to do?
Find another way to get out.
Find another way out. Now, some of you may be on a second story of a building or a house, and you might not be able to just jump out of your window. I have a second story apartment, and I planned for this emergency in case of a fire. I never want a fire to happen, but if a fire does happen, you have to have a plan, right? Everybody should know the second way out of their room. Hold on, honey. I live on a second story apartment, so something I thought about was how I'm going to get out of the window.
With a ladder.
I purchased one of these. This is a safety ladder. This hangs on the windowsill, and the ladder extends out to the ground
Is there a
like
lock?
so.
Is there
And
a lock?
all these steps go out until I can reach down to the ground. Because I have a little daughter at home, and if I tried to climb out or just jump out with my daughter in my hands, probably both of us wouldn't be in great shape. So I got the ladder. If you see on the picture, on the box that it comes with, they're climbing out the ladder. They're remaining calm, because that's very important in an emergency. Just sit on that step on. Everyone's remaining calm.
Did you just think of
I'll come back and show you again. Did I just think of it? No, I've had this for a little while. Thankfully, I've never had to use it though. Also, something I did was I drew a floor plan. I have a plan of what my house looks like and how to get out. I'll get it in a little bit. Just leave it alone. All right? So now we know. If there's a fire, we yell fire. We get down on our hands and knees to avoid the smoke. And we crawl to the door. We check the door. If it feels hot, we do not go outside. And then we use our secondary exit. For me, it'd be a window. Okay?
And for me, it would be a window.
What I'd like you to do is line up on this green line quietly. If anyone has anything in the stuff bucket, get your stuff out of the stuff bucket. Just be careful of the ladder. Close it back up. It is pretty cool. I hope I never have to use it, but it is pretty cool. I tried it once just to make sure that I could get out. That
And
was
you
it.
could use that for... I have like a fire upstairs, and I don't have one of that. What would I do?
You need to talk to your parents right away and say, we need a second way out of every room, just in case of an emergency.
Like upstairs.
So talk to your parents and let them know that you want to feel safe in case there is an emergency.
I don't...
Okay. Around the house. Everybody did an excellent job today. Thank you. We will continue to discuss this next class. Our class is over for today, though.